Hello everybody, today I'm putting outriggers on one of the Emotion kayaks. This one is the Guster Angler. You can see I've got my outriggers all made up, and all I got to do is put everything together, line it up. Put the lines out here and you'll see what I'm going to use them for. Right now, on this particular brand of kayak, this is the most important phase of the entire outrigger process, where I'm going to bond this into the kayak using nothing but friction fit. You don't use screws, bolts, anything. Creates points where it can break. So, without further ado, I'm going to start heating up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up this piece of PVC, and I'm going to force it into the kayak, and it's going to take a specific shape. So now I'm forcing it all the way down, just like that. I'm going to let that cool off for a second and set in place, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull it out right now. And you can kind of see how it's taken the form, a little bit more of how it's going to pinch in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take the time to glue it up and paint it. What you want to do is make sure you put a mark right here on the part you're going to paint. When you take it apart, you know how to glue it back together exactly the same way. Just going to put a line on the white mark and a line on the blue mark, so when you line them up, they're good. We'll be right back. Here you can see how I've marked the end of it, along with marking the end of this one. That way, when I go to line them back up again after I painted it, and I just won't paint the very end of that, so I can still see the mark and slide everything in. That way you get your bend the way it needs to go. Okay, be right back with you. I glued it and I shoved it back in the kayak again so it can dry in its arc. And here in a few minutes I'm going to take it out and paint it. Okay, so I got it all painted. I pushed it back in. And as I say, this is the most important part of the whole process of the outriggers on this particular kayak. So what I did right here is I put them all the way in, and I marked a line so I know how far those go down in there. And that comes on the next part. I'm going to show you how we lock it in there. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. Now we're going to lock it in. And that's where I'm going to use this rubber tape. Just like this right there. And I'll show you here. I'm going to get it set up and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken this rubber, and on this side it's sticky. On the paper side, this is sticky. Then what you do is you take and you wrap one layer of rubber around there, sticky side down, just one layer. Now when I force these in there, that angle plus the rubber is just going to grab that kayak and hold it. That's the only thing holding this on the kayak, and it's the only thing you want to hold it on the kayak. If you were to have any screws or bolts, you got points where this electrical conduit is going to crack. So that's where the alcohol comes in. I'm going to dump the alcohol